I brought the potato salad you hate. My name is Paul. I'm 32 and I manage inventory at a pharmaceutical warehouse in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That sentence came from my wife, Jennifer, while she unpacked the cooler at our annual family picnic. She said it like it was funny. Like watching me scrape mayonnaise off my plate was entertainment. I looked at her across the checkered blanket. She was smiling at something on her phone. Not at me. Not at the kids running past. Just the phone. We had been married for 7 years. Good years, I thought. We bought a house together 3 years back. Fixed it up ourselves. Painted the kitchen yellow because she liked yellow. I worked doubles to cover the mortgage when her hours got cut at the clinic where she did billing. Never complained about it. But lately something felt wrong. She started going out more. Girls' nights, she called them. Book club on Thursdays. Yoga on Saturday mornings. I never questioned it. Trusted her. That was the deal, right? You trust your wife. My best friend Logan showed up around noon. He walked over with that easy grin he always had, slapped me on the shoulder, grabbed a beer from the cooler. Logan and I went back to high school. He was the guy who drove me to the hospital when I broke my wrist sophomore year. The guy who stood beside me at my wedding. The guy I called when my dad died. Good turnout, he said, scanning the crowd. Yeah. My mom went all out this year. Jennifer laughed at something on her phone again. Logan glanced at her, then back at me. Something passed across his face, fast. But I caught it. You good? I asked. Yeah, just hungry. He grabbed a plate and walked toward the grill. I watched him go. Watched Jennifer watch him go. That was the moment. The one where a part of me knew. Not the details. Not the full picture. Just that something was off. Like when you hear a sound in your house at night and your body tenses before your brain catches up. I stood there holding a paper plate with a burger I did not want to eat anymore, and I felt the ground shift under me just a little. Jennifer looked up from her phone and smiled at me. Big, bright, the kind of smile that does not reach the eyes. Having fun, babe? I nodded, but I was not having fun. I met Jennifer when I was 23. She was working at a coffee shop near the warehouse. I came in every morning for the same order. Black coffee, no sugar. She remembered it after the second day. Started having it ready when I walked in. That is how it started. We got married 2 years later. Small ceremony. Just family and a few friends. Logan was my best man. Gave a speech that made everyone laugh. Made Jennifer cry. Good tears, she said. The early years were solid. We worked. Saved money. Talked about having kids someday. Went on road trips when we could afford it. Nothing fancy. Just us in the open road. Logan was always around. He was single. No serious relationships. Said he was waiting for the right person. He would come over for football games. Help me fix things around the house. Jennifer liked him. Said he was like family. I agreed. But the last 6 months changed things. Jennifer started checking her phone constantly, smiling at texts she would not show me. When I asked who it was, she would say it was her sister or a coworker. I believed her because I had no reason not to. She stopped asking about my day, stopped sitting with me on the couch after dinner. We used to watch shows together, talk about nothing, laugh. But now she would take her phone upstairs and close the bedroom door. I told myself it was stress. Her job was demanding. Maybe she needed space. Logan started acting different too. He would cancel plans last minute, stopped coming over as much. When I asked if something was wrong, he said work was busy. I believed him too. Looking back now, the signs were everywhere. Jennifer started wearing perfume to run errands. New clothes appeared in her closet. She joined a gym but never seemed tired after workouts. She started talking about needing more independence, more time for herself. I gave it to her. Because that is what you do when you love someone. But at the picnic, watching her laugh at her phone while Logan stood 20 feet away not looking at either of us, the pieces started clicking together. My mom came over and asked if I was feeling okay. Fine, I said. She squeezed my shoulder. You look pale. I was not pale. I was just starting to see clearly. Jennifer set her phone down on the blanket. Logan came back with a plate of food. They did not look at each other, did not speak. But the air between them felt heavy. I knew. I just did not know how bad it was yet. The picnic went on. Kids played. Adults talked. Someone brought out a speaker and started playing classic rock. The sun was high and bright. Everything looked normal. I sat on the blanket next to Jennifer. She was scrolling through her phone again. I watched her thumbs move across the screen. Fast. Focused. "Who are you texting?" I asked. She did not look up. "Just Kayla." Kayla was her co-worker. They went to lunch sometimes. "What about?" "Nothing important, just work stuff." I nodded, took a sip of my beer. It tasted flat. Logan walked past us again. This time he did look. At her, not at me, and she looked back, just for a second. But it was enough. My stomach dropped. I stood up. "I need to grab something from the car." Jennifer did not respond. I walked to the parking area, sat in my truck with the windows down, stared at the steering wheel, tried to think, tried to make sense of what I was feeling. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was seeing things that were not there. But I was not wrong. I pulled out my phone, opened the app for our phone plan. We shared an account. I had never checked her usage before, never felt the need to. I scrolled through the call logs from the last month. Logan's number appeared over and over again. Late at night, early in the morning, calls that lasted 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, hundreds of texts. My hands started shaking. I sat there for 15 minutes, maybe longer, trying to process it, trying to figure out what to do. When I walked back to the picnic, Jennifer was standing. Logan was next to her. They were talking. Close. Too close. My mom was serving dessert. My uncle was telling a story. Everyone was laughing. I walked up to them. "Hey," they both turned. Jennifer smiled. Logan nodded. "Can I talk to you?" I said to Jennifer. "Sure. What's up?" I looked at Logan. He did not move. "Alone," I added. Jennifer's smile faded. "Okay." We walked toward the edge of the park, away from everyone. She crossed her arms. "What's going on?" she asked. I looked at her, really looked at her, tried to find the woman I married, the one who used to laugh at my jokes, the one who used to hold my hand while we walked. She was not there anymore. "Are you sleeping with Logan?" Her face did not change, did not flinch. She just stared at me. Then she smiled. Not a guilty smile, not a nervous smile, a relieved one. "Yes," she said. "I am." The world went quiet. The sounds of the picnic faded. All I could hear was my own heartbeat. She kept talking, but I barely heard the words. I just stood there, numb. We walked back to the picnic together. Jennifer was still talking, explaining, justifying. "It just happened, Paul. We did not plan it. But I am happy, happier than I have been in years. And I think you deserve to know the truth." I did not respond, did not look at her. When we reached the blanket, she stopped walking, turned to face everyone, my family, her family. Logan standing there with his hands in his pockets. "Can I have everyone's attention?" she called out. People stopped talking, turned toward us. My mom looked concerned. My uncle put down his plate. Jennifer took a breath, smiled. "I just want to say something," she began. "I know this is not the best time or place, but I have been holding this in for too long, and I think everyone should know." I felt my chest tighten. "I am leaving Paul." The words landed like stones. People froze. Someone dropped a cup. "I am in love with Logan. We have been together for 8 months, and today I am moving out. I am starting a new life." She said it like it was an announcement, like she was sharing good news. Logan's face went pale. He did not move, did not speak. My mom stood up. Jennifer, what are you? I am sorry, Jennifer continued. But I have to be honest. I am not happy. I have not been happy for a long time. And Logan makes me happy. She turned to me, beaming. I am leaving you for him today. The silence was suffocating. I just stood there. Calm. Quiet. Everyone was staring at me, waiting for me to yell, to break down, to do something. But I did not. I looked at Logan. He was staring at the ground, jaw clenched. Then I looked at Jennifer, and I nodded. Okay, I said. She blinked, confused. Okay? Yeah, if that is what you want. She laughed, nervous now. That is it? You are not going to fight for me? No. Her smile faltered. I turned to Logan. Congratulations. He finally looked up. His face was white. Paul, Save it. I walked past them, grabbed my keys from the blanket, started heading toward my truck. Jennifer called after me. Where are you going? I stopped, turned around. I am leaving. You two can have the house. Have whatever you want. I am done. That is it? She shouted. You are just going to walk away? I smiled. Not a happy smile, just a tired one. Yeah, that is it. I got in my truck, started the engine. Through the windshield, I saw Jennifer standing there, arms crossed, angry now. Logan beside her, still pale, still quiet. My mom was crying. My uncle was shaking his head. I put the truck in reverse. As I backed out, I saw Jennifer pull out her phone, start typing furiously. I knew who she was texting. Logan's phone buzzed. He pulled it out, read the screen. His face went even paler. I drove away, did not look back, did not cry. I just drove, because I knew something Jennifer did not, something Logan definitely did not want her to know. And I was about to make sure she found out. But not yet. Not until the moment hurt the most. I had time, and I was going to use it. I drove for an hour. No destination. Just away. Eventually, I pulled into a diner off the highway, sat in a booth by the window, ordered coffee, did not drink it. My phone buzzed. Texts from my mom, my uncle, a few cousins. I ignored them. Then a call came through. Logan. I let it ring. He called again, and again. On the fourth call, I answered. What? Paul, man, I am so sorry. I did not mean for it to happen like this. Stop. He went quiet. You are not sorry. You are just panicking because she announced it in front of everyone and now you look like the bad guy. That is not true. Yeah, it is. Silence. Where are you? He asked. Does not matter. Paul, listen, I know you are pissed. But we need to talk about this. We need to figure out. Figure out what? How you are going to live with my wife? How you are going to move into my house? It is not like that. Then what is it like? He did not answer. I hung up. 30 seconds later, Jennifer called. I answered. Paul, you need to come back. We need to talk about the house, about splitting things up. You cannot just leave without. I can, and I did. This is not fair. You are acting like a child. I almost laughed. I am acting like a child. Yes, running away is not going to solve anything. Neither is sleeping with my best friend. But you managed to do that just fine. She went quiet. I want to be civil about this, she said finally. I do not want this to get ugly. It is already ugly, Jennifer. Paul, I will call you when I am ready to talk. Until then, do not contact me. I hung up. Sat there staring at the coffee. Then I pulled out my phone again, opened my contacts. Scrolled down to a name I had not called in months. Ethan. Logan's older brother. Ethan and Logan did not talk much. Had not for years. Something about money and family land. I did not know the details, just knew they were not close. But Ethan owed me a favor. 2 years ago, I lent him $5,000 when his business was going under. He paid me back within 6 months. Said if I ever needed anything, just ask. I hit call. He answered on the second ring. Paul? Hey, Ethan. Long time. What is going on? I need to ask you something about Logan. Pause. What about him? Is he seeing anyone? Like seriously seeing anyone? Another pause, longer this time. Why are you asking? Just answer the question. Ethan sighed. Yeah, he is. My heart started pounding. Who? Her name is Brooke. They have been together for about a year. He does not talk about it much, keeps it quiet, but yeah, it is serious. How serious? He proposed to her 3 weeks ago. They got married yesterday. Small ceremony, just immediate family. The words hit me like a punch. Married? Yeah, I was there. Why? What is this about? I did not answer right away. Just sat there processing. Logan got married. Yesterday. And today, Jennifer announced she was leaving me for him. Paul? You still there? Yeah. Thanks, Ethan. What is going on? Nothing. I will explain later. I hung up, sat back in the booth, and smiled. Because Jennifer had no idea. Logan had no idea I knew, and I was about to ruin both of their lives. I spent the night in a motel outside the city, did not sleep much, just lay there staring at the ceiling, thinking. The next morning, I called my lawyer, guy named Preston. We went to the same gym. He handled my dad's estate when he passed. Paul, good to hear from you. What can I do? I need to file for divorce. Silence. Okay, can I ask what happened? My wife is having an affair. Announced it publicly yesterday. Said she is leaving me for my best friend. Damn, I am sorry. Do not be. I need this done fast, and I need to make sure I keep the house. The house is in both your names, right? Yeah, but I paid the down payment. I can prove that. And I have been covering the mortgage for the last 3 years while she was underemployed. That helps. I will draft the paperwork. Anything else? Yeah, I want to freeze our joint accounts. Today. I can do that. Give me an hour. Thanks. I hung up, made another call. This time to Jennifer's sister, Claire. Claire and I always got along. She never liked Logan. Thought he was arrogant. Paul, are you okay? I heard what happened. I am fine. Listen, I need to tell you something. What? Logan got married yesterday. Silence. What? He married a woman named Brooke. Small ceremony. His brother told me. But Jennifer said, I know what Jennifer said. She has no idea. Logan has been playing both of them. Claire cursed under her breath. Does Jennifer know? Not yet. Are you going to tell her? Not directly, but I think she is about to find out. Paul, what are you planning? Nothing illegal, just making sure the truth comes out. Be careful. I will. I hung up. Next, I called my mom. Told her I was okay, told her not to worry. She cried, said she always knew something was off about Jennifer, said she was sorry. I told her it was not her fault. Then I called Ethan back. Hey, I need one more favor. Shoot. Can you tell Brooke what happened yesterday? At the picnic? Pause. You want me to tell my new sister-in-law that Logan has been cheating on her? Yes. Paul, that is. He has been sleeping with my wife for 8 months, while he was engaged to Brooke, while he was planning his wedding. She deserves to know. Ethan sighed. Yeah, she does. Will you tell her? I will do better than that. I will make sure Logan is in the room when she finds out. Good. You are playing hardball. He earned it. Fair enough, give me a few hours. Thanks. I hung up. Then I drove back to Sioux Falls, back to the house. When I pulled up, Jennifer's car was in the driveway. So was Logan's. I sat in my truck for a minute, then got out, walked up to the front door, did not knock, just used my key. They were sitting on the couch, Jennifer's head on Logan's shoulder, watching television. They both looked up when I walked in. "Paul," Jennifer said, standing. "What are you doing here?" I did not answer, just looked at Logan. He looked nervous. "I came to get some of my stuff," I said, "and to tell you something." "What?" Jennifer asked. I smiled. "Congratulations on your new relationship." Logan's face went white. Jennifer looked confused. "What are you talking about?" I looked at Logan again. "Want to tell her? Or should I?" Logan stood up. "Paul, do not what? Tell her the truth?" Jennifer stepped between us. "Tell me what?" I kept my eyes on Logan. "Go ahead, tell her." He did not speak. Jennifer turned to him. "Tell me what?" "Nothing," he muttered. I pulled out my phone, opened the photo Ethan had sent me that morning. Logan and Brooke at their wedding, smiled at the camera, rings on their fingers. I held it up. Jennifer stared at the screen. Her face changed. Slowly. Confusion. Then realization. Then rage. "What is this?" Logan closed his eyes. "Jennifer, what is this?" She screamed. "He got married yesterday," I said. "To a woman named Brooke. They have been together for a year." Jennifer looked at Logan, then at me, then back at Logan. "You are married?" He did not answer. "You are married?" "It is not what you think," he said quietly. "You are married." She shoved him. Hard. "You told me you loved me. You said we were going to be together." "I do love you, You just what? Forgot to mention you had a wife?" "It is complicated." Jennifer laughed. Wild. Hysterical. "Complicated? You are a liar. You are a liar and a cheat and—" Her phone buzzed. She looked down at it. Then her face went even paler. "What?" I asked. She held up the phone. A text from Brooke. She knows. His wife knows. She is filing for annulment. She is suing him for fraud. Logan sat down, put his head in his hands. Jennifer turned to me. "You did this?" I nodded. "Yeah, I did." She started crying. "You ruined everything." "No," I said. "He did." I turned and walked toward the bedroom, started packing my things. Behind me, Jennifer was screaming at Logan. He was not responding, just sitting there, silent, broken. I moved out that day, took my clothes, my tools, a few personal items, left the rest. Jennifer tried calling me for weeks, left voicemails, sent texts, begging me to talk, asking if we could work things out. I never responded. Preston handled the divorce. Jennifer did not fight it. She signed the papers within a month. I kept the house. She got her car and whatever money was left in her personal account. Logan's marriage was annulled. Brooke took him for everything she could, his truck, half his savings. She made sure everyone in town knew what he did. He tried calling me once. I did not answer. Jennifer moved back in with her parents. Claire told me she was not doing well. Not working, not going out. Just sitting in her childhood bedroom staring at the walls. Her family stopped speaking to her. Mine did too. Logan lost most of his friends. People did not want to associate with him after what happened. I heard he moved to another state, started over somewhere else. I did not care. I sold the house 6 months later. Too many memories. Bought a smaller place on the edge of town. Quiet. Peaceful. Started going to the gym more. Took up woodworking. Kept myself busy. My mom visited every Sunday. We would have dinner. Talk. She stopped asking if I was okay. Just let me be. One day I ran into Claire at the grocery store. She hugged me. Said Jennifer was still struggling. Still alone. I did not ask for details. Couple years passed. I started dating again. Nothing serious. Just coffee, dinners, slow. Met a woman named Fiona. She was kind, patient, did not ask too many questions. We took it one day at a time. I did not talk about Jennifer, or Logan, or what happened. I just moved forward, because that is all you can do. Jennifer never recovered from the humiliation. Her family eventually stopped taking her calls. She lost her job at the clinic after word spread about what she did. No one in town wanted to hire her. She became a cautionary tale, the woman who blew up her life at a family picnic for a man who was already married. She moved 3 states away within a year, but the damage was done. Her sister told me she lived alone in a small apartment, working part-time at a call center, still trying to understand how it all fell apart so fast. Logan fared no better. Brooke made sure the annulment was public and messy. She filed a civil suit against him for emotional distress and fraud, which he settled out of court. He lost his job after his boss heard about the scandal. His reputation was destroyed. Ethan told me Logan tried to reach out a few times, looking for forgiveness, or maybe just someone to talk to, but no one answered. He disappeared into obscurity, his name now synonymous with betrayal in every circle he once belonged to. I did not gloat, did not celebrate. I just lived, quietly, honestly. And when people asked me how I moved on so fast, I told them the truth. I did not move on fast. I just decided not to carry their weight anymore. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people live with what they have done. Your car's gone. My name is Lennon. I am 41 years old. I work oil rigs in the Gulf 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Been doing it for 12 years. The money's good. The distance is hard. My wife Brianna knew that when we got married. I stood in the driveway staring at the empty space where my truck used to be. A 2019 Ford F-250, not new, but paid off. Clean title. I had driven it since the day I bought it cash after my first big contract. Brianna texted me while I was still offshore, said she sold it, said we needed the money, did not ask, did not wait. I called her, straight to voicemail. I called again, same thing. I opened my banking app. The joint account looked normal. Our savings looked normal. I checked the title transfer app. Sold for $22,000, not to a dealer, to a private buyer in Tucson, Arizona. We live in Phoenix. She drove it 2 hours away to sell it. I tried her number one more time. Blocked. I sat on the front step of our house and breathed. My neighbor Frank walked past with his dog. He did not look at me. I asked him if he saw anything. He shook his head and kept walking. Too quick. He saw something. I went inside. The house felt wrong. Not messy, just wrong. I checked the bedroom. Her closet was half empty. I checked the bathroom. Her makeup was gone. I checked the kitchen. The coffee maker I bought her last Christmas was missing. I opened the pantry. She took the good snacks. I called my bank, asked about any unusual activity. They said someone withdrew $5,000 from our joint account 3 days ago. ATM withdrawal. I was offshore. Could not have been me. I asked where. They said a location in Flagstaff. That is 2 hours north. I sat at the kitchen table. I did not yell. I did not throw anything. I just sat there. My phone buzzed. A text from a number I did not recognize. It said, "She's been planning this for a while." I stared at that message. I did not respond. I got up. I went to my office. I opened the filing cabinet. I pulled out our insurance paperwork, the mortgage documents, the car title history. I started reading, slowly, carefully. I had 2 weeks off. I had time. Something in my chest went cold and stayed there. Brianna and I met 9 years ago at a bar in Scottsdale. She was a bartender. I was fresh off my first rig job, cash in my pocket, looking to forget the salt and the diesel. She laughed at my jokes. She did not mind the grease still under my fingernails. We got married a year later. Small ceremony. Her parents, my brother. That was it. I worked. She stayed home. That was the deal. I paid for everything. She managed the house, the bills, the groceries. I trusted her. I had no reason not to. I was gone half the month. She had freedom. I thought that was fair. We did not have kids. She said she was not ready. I said I would wait. Years went by. She stopped talking about it. I stopped asking. I figured some people just are not meant to be parents. I was fine with that. I loved her anyway. But things shifted. Small things. She stopped texting me while I was offshore. Used to send pictures of her day, the dog, her coffee, something funny she saw. That stopped about 6 months ago. I asked her about it once. She said she was busy. I let it go. She started going out more. Girls' nights. Her friend Vanessa. I never met Vanessa. Brianna said she was from work. Brianna did not work. When I asked what she meant, she got defensive, said I did not trust her. I backed off. I did not want to fight. Money started feeling tight. We made good money. I brought home $70,000 a year after taxes. We had no debt except the mortgage. But she kept saying we needed more. I asked what for. She said life is expensive. I checked the statements. Restaurants, clothing stores, hotels. I asked her about the hotels. She said Vanessa's bachelorette party. Then her cousin's wedding in Sedona. Then a spa weekend. I believed her. I wanted to believe her. 2 months ago, she asked me to add her name to the truck title. Said it would make insurance easier if something happened to me. I thought that made sense. I signed the paperwork. She handled the rest. I was an idiot. I called my brother Danny. He lives in Albuquerque. He answered on the second ring. I told him what happened. He went quiet. Then he said, I saw her at a restaurant in Flagstaff last month. She was with some guy. I thought maybe it was a coworker or something. I did not want to say anything. I thanked him. I hung up. I sat in the silence. I knew what I had to do. I pulled up the title transfer details again. The buyer's name was listed. Some guy named Owen. I searched him online. Found his social media in under 10 minutes. Public profile. Pictures of him standing in front of my truck. My truck. He posted it the same day Brianna sold it. Caption: Big thanks to a friend for the hookup. A friend. I looked through his older posts. Pictures of him and Brianna. Not recent. From 3 months ago. At a bar. At a lake. At some mountain overlook. He had his arm around her in one of them. I scrolled further. More pictures. Different dates. This had been going on for a while. I did not break anything. I did not scream. I sat there staring at my phone. My hands were steady. My mind was clear. I screenshotted everything. Every picture, every post, every comment she left on his page. I saved them all to a cloud folder. I labeled it evidence. I called our insurance company, asked about our auto policy. They said Brianna called 2 weeks ago and removed me as the primary driver on the truck. They said she told them I sold it. I asked why they did not verify with me. They said she had all the paperwork. I thanked them. I hung up. I went into our bedroom. I opened her nightstand. I found a burner phone. It was unlocked. I scrolled through the messages. Brianna and Owen. Hundreds of texts. Talking about selling the truck. Talking about me. Calling me clueless. Calling me a paycheck. She told him I would never find out because I was always gone. She told him they would be in California by the end of the month. She told him she already had the money moved. I put the phone back. I did not confront her. I did not blow up her spot. I just walked out of the house. I got in my brother's car that I borrowed and drove to a lawyer's office. Her name was Jocelyn. She specialized in family law. I sat across from her and laid it all out. The truck. The blocked number. The burner phone. The pictures. The money. She listened. She took notes. When I finished, she leaned back in her chair. You have everything you need, she said. File for divorce. Ask for full reimbursement of marital assets. Fraud. Alienation. We can make this ugly for her. I nodded. I signed the retainer. I walked out of that office and got back in the car. I sat there for a long time. I was not angry anymore. I was just done. I sent Brianna one text. All good. Then I got to work. Jocelyn moved fast. Within 3 days, Brianna was served with divorce papers. I was not there when it happened. I was back offshore. But Jocelyn sent me a message. She called my office 6 times today, angry, panicked. She wants to talk to you. I did not respond. I knew Brianna would try to reach me. She would use a different number. She would send an email. She would show up at my brother's place. I warned Danny ahead of time. He did not answer her calls either. She tried everything. New phone numbers, fake email addresses. She even messaged me on an old gaming account I had not used in 5 years. Every message was the same. We need to talk. This is a mistake. You are overreacting. I ignored all of it. Meanwhile, Jocelyn filed a motion to freeze our joint accounts. She presented the screenshots of Owen's posts. She presented the texts from the burner phone. She presented the ATM withdrawals and the forged insurance documents. The judge granted a temporary freeze within 48 hours. Brianna could not touch a dime. She panicked. I knew she would. She called Jocelyn's office screaming, said I was ruining her life, said I was being vindictive. Jocelyn told her to get her own lawyer. She did. Some guy named Troy who worked out of a strip mall. He was cheap. That told me everything I needed to know about how much money she had left. I dug deeper. I pulled our credit card statements for the last year. Hotels in Flagstaff, restaurants in Tucson, trips to Las Vegas. All of it paid with our joint card, all of it while I was offshore. I sent everything to Jocelyn. She added it to the file. I also hired a private investigator. His name was Calvin. He was expensive, but he was good. I gave him Owen's information. I gave him the dates from the social media posts. I told him to find out where they had been and what they had been doing. Calvin called me back in less than a week. He sent me a full report. Owen was not just some random guy. He was a bartender at the same bar where Brianna and I met. He had been working there the whole time. She had been seeing him for at least 8 months, maybe longer. Calvin had pictures, videos, timestamps, everything. Brianna tried one last time to reach me. She showed up at the house while I was there. I did not open the door. She banged on it. She yelled. She cried. She said she made a mistake. She said Owen was nothing. She said she would give me the truck money back. I stood on the other side of the door. I did not say a word. I just listened. When she finally stopped, I heard her sit down on the porch. She stayed there for an hour. Then she left. I texted her once. Your lawyer has my lawyer's number. She did not respond. I went back to my filing cabinet. I pulled out the mortgage paperwork. The house was in both our names. I bought it before we got married, but I added her to the deed 2 years in. Another thing I did because I trusted her. Another mistake. Jocelyn said we could force a sale, split it down the middle, or I could buy her out. I thought about it. I decided on something better. I started documenting everything. Every penny she spent, every lie she told, every transaction that did not add up. I went back 3 years. I found patterns. She was not just careless. She was calculating. The $22,000 from the truck? Gone. I traced it through her secret account. She opened it 4 months ago. I found the bank statements in her email. She did not even bother using a secure password. It was our dog's name. The money went into that account. Then it got transferred out in chunks. 500 here, 1,000 there. Most of it went to cash withdrawals. Untraceable. She was smart enough to cover her tracks, but not smart enough to cover them well. I kept digging. I found out she had been using our joint credit card to pay for Owen's car insurance. I found receipts for furniture she bought for an apartment in Flagstaff. An apartment I never knew about. I found Venmo payments to her friend Vanessa. Except Vanessa did not exist. The account belonged to Owen. She had been funneling money to him for months. I sent everything to Jocelyn. She called me the next day. This is fraud, she said. Clear cut. She stole marital assets, lied about it, covered it up. We can go after her for everything. I told her to do it. Jocelyn filed an emergency motion. She requested full reimbursement of all funds Brianna took. She requested sole ownership of the house. She requested that Brianna pay for all legal fees. She attached 140 pages of evidence, bank statements, screenshots, receipts, text messages, everything. The hearing was set for 2 weeks later. I flew back home. I met with Jocelyn the day before. She walked me through what to expect. She said Brianna's lawyer would try to paint me as controlling, as vengeful. She said they would argue that Brianna deserved half of everything because we were married. Jocelyn told me not to worry. She said the evidence spoke for itself. The hearing was in a small courtroom. Brianna sat on the other side with Troy. She looked different, thinner, tired. She did not look at me. I did not look at her. The judge was a woman in her 50s. She did not waste time. She asked Jocelyn to present her case. Jocelyn laid it out. The truck, the secret account, the apartment, the fraud. She showed the screenshots. She showed the receipts. She showed the timeline. It took 30 minutes. When she finished, the judge turned to Troy. "Do you have a response?" Troy stood up. He fumbled with his notes. He said Brianna made mistakes. He said she was emotional. He said the marriage was already broken. He said I abandoned her by working offshore. He said she deserved compassion. The judge did not look impressed. She asked Brianna directly, "Did you sell your husband's truck without his knowledge?" Brianna hesitated. Then she said yes. "Did you transfer the money to an account he did not know about?" Yes. "Did you use marital funds to pay for an apartment and support another man?" Brianna started crying. She said it was not like that. She said she was unhappy. She said I was never home. She said she deserved to be happy. The judge let her finish. Then she said, "That does not give you the right to commit fraud." I felt something loosen in my chest. The judge took a 10-minute recess. When she came back, she did not sit down. She stood behind the bench and read from her notes. "Based on the evidence presented, I am ruling in favor of the petitioner. Mrs. Brianna is ordered to reimburse Mr. Lennon for the full value of the vehicle, totaling $22,000. Additionally, she is ordered to reimburse him for all unauthorized expenses taken from joint accounts, totaling an additional $18,000. She is also responsible for covering all legal fees incurred by Mr. Lennon in this case." Brianna's face went pale. Troy started to object. The judge held up her hand. "Furthermore, I am granting Mr. Lennon sole ownership of the marital home. Mrs. Brianna has 30 days to vacate the property. Any remaining joint assets will be divided equitably, but given the nature of the fraud committed, Mr. Lennon is entitled to a greater share. This case is closed." The gavel came down. Brianna sat there frozen. Troy was talking to her, but she was not listening. She just stared at the table. I stood up. I shook Jocelyn's hand. I walked out of the courtroom. I did not look back. Outside, Jocelyn stopped me. "You did good," she said. "This was one of the cleaner cases I have seen. She made it easy." I nodded. I thanked her. I got in my car and drove home. I did not celebrate. I did not call anyone. I just went inside and sat on the couch. The house was quiet. It felt like mine again. Brianna tried to reach me one more time. She sent an email. She said she was sorry. She said she never meant to hurt me. She said Owen left her when he found out she had no money. She said she had nowhere to go. She asked if I would reconsider. She said we could work it out. I deleted the email. I blocked her address. I spent the next few weeks cleaning out the house. I threw away everything that reminded me of her. Clothes, pictures, gifts. I donated most of it. Some of it I burned in the backyard. I did not feel guilty. I felt lighter. I also bought a new truck, a 2023 Chevy Silverado, paid cash. Put the title in my name only. I took a picture of it in the driveway and sent it to Danny. He replied, "Now that is how you move on." I got a call from Calvin a few weeks later. He said Owen got arrested. Turns out he had a warrant out for fraud in California, Someone tipped off the police. Calvin did not say who. I did not ask. I also got a message from Frank, my neighbor. He apologized for not saying anything earlier. He said he saw Brianna load up the truck with some guy and drive off. He said he did not think it was his place to interfere. I told him it was fine. I told him I appreciated the honesty now. I went back offshore 2 months later. The work was the same, the rig was the same, but I felt different, steadier. I did not think about Brianna. I did not think about Owen. I just did my job. I came home to a house that was mine. I slept better than I had in years. I received a notification from the court about 8 months after the divorce was finalized. Brianna had not paid a dime of what she owed me. Jocelyn filed a motion to garnish her wages. Turns out she got a job at a diner in Tucson. Minimum wage, tips included. The court approved it. 20% of every paycheck would go directly to me until the debt was paid off. I also found out she was evicted from the apartment in Flagstaff. She moved back in with her parents in Mesa. They were not happy. I knew because her mother called me. She yelled at me for ruining her daughter's life. I listened. When she finished, I said, "Your daughter stole from me. She committed fraud. I have a court order that says so." She hung up. I sold the house a month later. I did not need it anymore. Too many bad memories. I bought a smaller place closer to the airport. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a garage for my truck. It was perfect. I ran into Brianna's friend Vanessa at a gas station, except her real name was not Vanessa. It was Claire. She worked at the bar with Owen. She apologized. She said she did not know Brianna was married when they first met. She said Owen lied to her too. She said he was bad news. I told her I already knew that. I got a postcard in the mail from Danny. He was in Colorado. He said he was proud of me. He said I handled it better than he would have. He said I should visit. I told him I would. I went back to the rig. I worked. I saved. I did not date. I did not look for anyone. I was fine being alone. Better than fine. 2 years went by. I paid off my new house. I started investing the money I used to spend trying to keep Brianna happy. I took a trip to Alaska. I went fishing. I saw a grizzly bear. I ate salmon I caught myself. It was the best trip I ever took. I got a message from Jocelyn. She said Brianna's debt was almost paid off. Another year and I would be done with her completely. I thanked her. I told her she did great work. She said anytime. I heard through Danny that Brianna got engaged. Some new guy. I did not ask for details. I did not care. I hoped he was smarter than I was. I hoped he checked his bank accounts. I changed jobs. I moved to a different rig company. Better pay. Better benefits. I worked 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off now. I used the extra time to travel. I went to Montana, Wyoming, Utah. I saw parts of the country I never thought I would see. I felt free. I also started talking to someone. Her name was Peyton. She worked in logistics for the rig company. We met at a safety training. She was smart, funny, direct. She did not play games. I liked that. We went on a few dates. Nothing serious. But it felt good to trust someone again. Slowly. I drove past the old house one day. New family living there, kids playing in the yard. The grass was greener than I ever kept it. I smiled. I kept driving. I thought about Brianna sometimes, not often, just when something reminded me. A song, a place, a smell. But it did not hurt anymore. It was just a memory, a bad one, but one I survived. Brianna ended up working 3 jobs to stay afloat after the garnishments and legal fees drained her. Owen got 18 months in county jail for fraud and skipped town the day he was released. Her engagement fell apart when her fiancé found out about the court case and the lies she told him. Her parents stopped talking to her after she borrowed money from them and never paid it back. She moved into a shared apartment with 2 roommates and drove a 15-year-old sedan with a cracked windshield. Every month, 20% of what little she earned went straight to me. It would take years for her to clear the debt. I heard all this through people who knew people. I did not go looking for it. It just found me. I learned that some people will always choose the easy way out, and when that stops working, they have nothing left to stand on.